Hey guys, Jay here, and welcome to another Top 5 Fridays. Sorry I didn't do a video last week, but I hope you enjoyed my review of A Quiet Place and Its Place. This week we are taking a look at the top 5 remakes. Now typically, people hate remakes. They feel that a movie being remade hurts the memory of the original in some way, and won't even give them a chance. So the list that follows is a few remakes that I really enjoy, and why I enjoy them. So that said, let's get right into it. Number 5, Black Christmas. Okay, so one thing I like about remakes is seeing a story I like and characters I like in a new light. And that's something the Black Christmas remake does well. The original Black Christmas is one of the pioneers in the slasher genre, and a very well done, tense movie. The remake, however, is very fast-paced. We actually covered this on an episode of the podcast, so if you want more in-depth details, you can check that out over at Podbean. The remake throws out the tension and replaces it with ultra-violence. The kills are more gory and way more detailed compared to the original. Being a huge fan of gore flicks and slashers in general, I really like this aspect of the remake. The backstory of the antagonist is different, which is good, because if you're going to remake a film, it's always good to change some things up. All in all, the tone of the movie is different enough from the original that it stands on its own, and both movies provide a unique viewing experience separate from each other. Number 4, Friday the 13th. This one is kind of a reboot as well as a remake. It takes the storyline events from number 1, 2, and 3 and merges them together in one movie. The tone of the movies is the same as the others, which is good. This series' entertainment value comes from watching Jason kill teens, so if they changed that, it would be a total failure. They did, however, make some changes to Jason. They went back to human Jason as opposed to zombie Jason, and they also made him smarter. In the movie, he built an underground tunnel system that allows him to navigate Camp Crystal Lake faster, and sort of explains the way he's able to pop up wherever people are in the older ones. A lot of people didn't like having a Jason who took a prisoner and who was smart enough to wire lights in an underground tunnel, but for me, that was of no real consequence. I was just excited to see him wear the mask and take out some teens again. Number 3, A Nightmare on Elm Street. I know this is a sore spot for a lot of people, but I am a huge fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies, and as such, I was really excited when they announced the remake. I just wanted more stories from the Nightmare universe. Having just portrayed one of the coolest comic book characters, I was really excited when they announced Jackie Earle Haley as the new Freddy. He's a great actor, and I felt he could do the role justice. They changed some things for the remake. They made Freddy an actual pedophile. This was something Craven had originally planned, but changed when a new story about a pedophile broke out. He didn't want anyone to think that he was taking advantage of the story to make his movie more popular. So making him one was a good throwback to the original. Another complaint I hear is that there was no humor. Freddy didn't start getting funny until like the third movie. It was never Craven's intention for Freddy to be as humorous as he was, so the remake bringing him back to being a dark character was, in my opinion, the right move. The people playing the Elm Street kids were no worse than the actors in the original, and the idea of micro-dreams was a pretty smart way to have the characters be forced to dream. Overall, I was happy with what they did, and placed this movie higher than Freddy's Dead on my list of which nightmares I liked the most. I feel like the nostalgia of having someone play the same character for so long really affects a lot of people's ability to accept a new actor in the role. But if we don't, we'll never get more stories from the Nightmare universe, and for me, that's a bad thing. Number 2, Rob Zombie's Halloween. I know. My list is pretty much all slasher remakes, but it's one of my favorite genres, so oh well. Rob Zombie's Halloween is very divisive amongst fans. People either seem to love or hate it. I'm in the love camp. Much like the Black Christmas remake, the tone of the original is replaced for a new ultra-violent one. The original Halloween made Michael Myers an enigma, a force of pure evil with no explanation for why he did what he did. That direction added to the tension in the movie, and the fear of a killer being motivated by nothing other than just wanting to kill is great. So instead of trying to recapture that tension, Zombie gave us backstory. Not only that, but we also get to see Myers' time in the asylum. The person who played the adult Myers is great, giving off a great presence. The kills are bigger and bloodier, as is Zombie style. Again, this is another remake that changes its tone to separate itself from the original. In my opinion, that was definitely the right move. Number 1, Night of the Living Dead, the 90s version. This movie has been on a couple of my lists, but it's one of my favorite remakes and one of my favorite horror movies in general. This remake takes the plot from the original, mixes it with modern, at the time, special effects, and expands some of the character development to make for what I consider a more entertaining experience. For example, they take Barbara from a helpless female who's hysterical for half the movie in the original to someone who is strong and competent in this one. The remake can never have the same impact and cultural relevance that the original has, but just as a movie alone, its entertainment factor is definitely there, and I feel a little bit better than the original. Well, that's it for me, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you check out everybody else who's participating. Their links will be in the description as always. We're back on iTunes. We fixed that issue, so you can find us there. Feel free to throw us a review because we switched RSS feeds. All our reviews are gone, so if you want to give us a review on there, that'll help us out. We think we've got a competition, or not a competition, a giveaway plan for you guys coming up soon, so make sure you pay attention to the Facebook group and the Kill the Cast page for that one. See how you can enter and participate in that. You like, subscribe, all that other crazy stuff that we ask you to do every single time. And that's pretty much it. Thanks, guys. Love you. Talk to you again soon.